Most women are, what he said, are saying they deserve it, but they really don't.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, have some self-awareness. Like,
women are delusional.
Yeah, like every woman feels that they are exactly that they're entitled.
Like the lady in the Dallas pod who's like, I deserve monogamy, but yet I'm not going to put out. I'm newly celibate. It's just like what she's saying, like for certain, like for a long courting period and all this. So they're delusional because they have this unrealistic expectation of what they feel they deserve.
Well, guys, I think you finally succeeded. I think I have lost the absolute last shred of hope I had that there's still good men left in the world. Just went on a date. I thought it was going well. Talked nonstop, not me, back and forth, for over an hour. And then all of a sudden he had to take a call from a client. And he never fucking came back. And I got stuck with a $90 tab for his beers and pizza. So, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. 4B movement all the fucking way from here on out. You guys suck.
Unexpected lessons from a Ukrainian feminist vetting women beyond borders. It's a surprising twist the feminist writer in question hails from Ukraine.
On the top of their
this underscores a crucial point: vetting women is essential, no matter where they come from.
They're crying about
even if a woman is from a traditionally conservative country, like Ukraine or Russia, it doesn't guarantee she's immune to modern dating pitfalls. Many women from these regions end up in places like Dubai or Miami, chasing the high life, while others who can't escape might end up looking for a green card opportunity. So always perform thorough vetting with every woman, regardless of her background. But enough about this potential gold digger.
So many girls sit there and will rate themselves 7, 8, 9, and I'm just like, what, 10? Like, what? That's wild. Most women fall in the 4 to 6 range, to be honest.
Damn. What's the percentage of women?
Huh?
What's the percentage of women that falls in that 4 to 6?
Most women are average, because that's what the average by definition means. Most women are in this range. It's average.
So what number?
But the whole point I brought this up is because most of you won't settle on an average man, yet you're average women.
Ooh.
That's the whole reason I brought this up.
Give me 1,000.
If I'm a key, I brought it all the way full circle. Most of y'all are average yourselves, but you will not pick an average man.
That is very true.
Average looking or average living? Average living, or that's what I was going to ask.
Both.
How the tables have turned on modern women is fascinating to see how the landscape has shifted over the past decade. 10 years ago, many women, having reached the pinnacle of their sex and the city lifestyle, seemed to have it all. Fast forward to today, and many of these post-war women are grappling with a harsh reality. They're struggling to find a good man and lamenting about not being treated with traditional respect. What's changed? The rise of the red pill and MGTOW movements has reshaped men's perspectives on modern relationships. These movements have highlighted that many contemporary women and feminists aren't exactly ideal candidates for traditional relationships. This has led to a significant shift in how men approach dating and relationships.
I seen you over there with some guys before I had to snatch you away from them. Are those your boyfriend or are you single?
Oh, fully single.
Fully single. What about you?
Single as a Pringle.
So are you interested in them guys or no?
No. Wait.
You were just using them for a free drink?
Yeah. Oh, those guys?
Yeah, those guys.
No.
You were using them for a free drink?
Yeah. Just some friends. They're just some friends.
They're just flexing on you.
Yeah.
And you're acting like you like them for free drinks.
That's what you have to do when you're a girl.
All right, facts.
Honestly, TBH, we do use them for free drinks, but at the same time, we're good people. I tip.
It's these red pill videos like the one you just saw where these thoughts were just using men that they were interested in, which wakes up men from the blue-pilled slumber. Continuing the red pill, which was originally a forum started on Reddit, is one of those kinds of philosophies known for being misogynistic and hateful towards women.
The red pill discourages men from getting married because men get a bad deal today. They get a contract that women are paid to leave, and men value purity and youth. And the average age of first marriage in the US is like 28, 29. That's not young anymore, and that's not pure. How many bodies you got by 28, 29? And so they're accumulating all of the risk, and what do they get out of it? They don't get a virgin bride anymore. So they're looking at the costs and the benefits, and they're just saying, you know what? We're not really getting the things that we want anymore, so fuck it.
As for the last
when it comes to the notion of women being inferior, it's
yeah,
essential to recognize the context. The real issue arises when modern women attempt to adopt masculine traits and then fall short.
They want masculine.
This isn't about innate inferiority, but rather the mismatch between their chosen roles and their natural strengths. Today's women often seek validation for masculine qualities, which inadvertently devalues the traditional feminine attributes they possess. Feminism's dogma sometimes promotes this belief, leading to a disregard for the unique value of femininity.
The point I'm trying to make is this. You want a man that's masculine at all times, while you pick and choose when you want to be masculine. And I'm saying, stop talking and listen. That's a masculine trait that you have right there.
I like that though.
But that's a problem.
I like that.
That's a problem.
I like that though.
Okay,
Like, tell me to shut the fuck up because I don't get
Stop
that.
talking. Stop fucking talking. All right? Shut up, man. And I'm going to tell you this as a hyper-masculine man myself. I don't like girls like y'all because you guys don't listen. And I'm telling you right to your face. I'm just going to get a girl that's always feminine versus arguing and having to put you in your place all the time. Right now, having this conversation with you is stressful. I can only imagine being in a relationship with you doing this all the time. Yeah, pretty much. Men don't want that. We already get stressed from the outside world. Why do we want to come in and fight our girls?
Anyone advocating for sex positivity, feminism, or even just aiming for a healthy relationship will tell you to steer clear of red pill men. However, spotting who's been influenced by red pill ideology isn't always straightforward. The red pill concepts have become so pervasive that it's nearly impossible to scroll through social media without encountering them.
I took a shared ride with a black man that was consuming red pill content, and I want to talk about it real quickly. First of all, it is not surprising. We have acknowledged that black men definitely consume red pill content. You can just look at my comments sometimes when I mention anything about dating. There's a clear link to black men consuming red pill content and white supremacy, which is, we already know. Basically, it's a shared ride. Two people sit in the back, including him. He's watching YouTube loudly on his phone. I get in the front and I put in my headphones, but I turn the volume down because I've never consumed red pill content and I was very curious. The YouTuber was going around and asking women if they know what misogyny is or something about what do you think of misogyny. And you could tell that the clip was being chopped up, but the way it was framed and the way it was posted is none of the women, 0 of the women he asked what misogyny was, they didn't know what misogyny even meant. Mind you, this man is like cackling in the back, bro. He's like, yeah, they always be talking about using these big words. They don't even know what they talking about. They don't even know what they talking about. Not even realizing he's consuming propaganda. But then I was glad my ride took a little bit longer because the YouTuber has a reflective statement and he goes on like a rant. I'm not going to fully quote him, but he goes on a speech about why he doesn't care if people call him any of the isms or isists. They say sexism. They say misogyny. They say racism. They don't know what that means and it doesn't exist. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? He sprinkled in a little bit of racism doesn't exist while talking about sexism doesn't exist. And he did it so flawlessly, you all. That black man didn't even shift in his seat at the notion that racism and disproportionate inequalities exist. Mind you, we're in a shared Uber ride. We are all trying to save money and we're all getting dropped off in the similar neighborhood. What do you mean? 1 + 1 was not equaling 2. And that short time in that car confirmed what we already knew.
From someone who's navigated the dating scene with its fair share of red pill encounters, recognizing these types can require a discerning eye. Here are some of the most telling signs you're dealing with someone influenced by red pill ideology. If a woman consistently finds herself being rejected by red pill men, it's a clear red flag. Another sign is if she has a history of being involved with numerous red pill men. Typically, only beta males or outright simps might give her serious attention.
If you're dating a girl and you go to a bar and there's 5 other guys in the bar, they're like, yeah, I smashed her too. Yeah, me too, bro. That wouldn't do anything.
I mean, if she's with you now, like, why do you care? There's like this weird type of like adversarial views on sex that I really fucking hate, where it's like a guy's goal is to get sex from a woman. And when you do that, you've kind of like dominated her and you've won. Not only have I her, in a way I've kind of fucked her over because I'm adding to the notches on my belt that's making me look good, and I'm fucking her over that makes her look like a whore, makes her look bad. And that type of like really adversarial view of like men trying to fuck women over through sex, I hate that.
Accepting bad behavior from women is not what confidence is. It's actually the opposite of confidence. A beta man is more likely to accept the 304 being a 304 knowingly because his options are limited, and he thinks that's the only way to get women if he lowers his standards.
We're talking about streamer Destiny and the demise of his open marriage.
Yeah, that's a girl name.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is.
Shocking. The marriage that allowed each partner to sleep with whoever they wanted, whenever they wanted, didn't work out. He and his wife, Melina, were very publicly in an open marriage, and they were very, very proud of this publicly open relationship.
Why is she not enough?
Why is she not enough? It's,
Why
I mean,
am I
like,
enough,
it's
Steve?
kind of like
Yeah,
asking, it's
Steven.
kind of like if you've got like a close friend, but then you've got other friends, like, well, why is that one friend not enough? Because in life, sometimes variety is fun.
Yes, every woman loves hearing from her husband that she's just like a friend.
No.
Somebody commented and said, you can totally see the wheels in her head moving as he talks. And speaking of how happy and stable they obviously are as a couple, I was reminded of this viral clip from last year where you can truly see just how much Destiny loves watching his wife flirt with other men right in front of him. Take a look.
Mel time. It's Mel
Oh, she
time.
got the form. Okay, so we're just doing salsa. We're just going.
Get the life draining from his eyes.
Okay, kind of works. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 1. 5, 6, 7, 1.
Like, this obviously went viral for a reason. It was at this moment that everybody collectively on the internet went, oh, dude. Like, dude, I am so sorry. This is not going to work out in your favor. My friend, this is very, very bad. And you can see it in his eyes. Does this look like a happy man? No. But as literally everybody was anticipating and predicting and expecting, she has left him. And yes, it was for another guy that she was sleeping with, just as everyone told him, tried to warn him. Here's a tweet about it. Drama alert. Destiny's wife, Melina, who he's in an open relationship with, reportedly ran off with a man in Sweden. Somebody commented and said, how is bro still not red-pilled? Somebody else said, open relationships don't work and never have. Now, if we look at these leaked messages, which is how everybody found out that the relationship was ending, you can clearly see Destiny admit that the lack of boundaries in his relationship was the death of him. Destiny, Josh, yeah, me discovering boundaries was the death knell in this relationship. This proves every point I've ever made. Girls can leave you for jobless, manipulative losers if they just play their cards right. I wanted a massive therapy session to see if I could express myself better and iron out some boundaries, but it's hard for me to ask for everything after I've been a pushover for so many years. That's genuinely very, very sad. I mean, he honestly has the perfect takeaway from this, saying it's hard for me to ask for anything if I've been a pushover for so many years. Like, yes! How do you expect your partner to respect you in any way if you've never demanded that before? And not to rub it in too hard, guys, but it's come out on Twitter now who she left him for. And guys, this is the guy in Sweden who she's leaving him for. I mean, come on. Like, there's a video that goes along with this as well. That's his beautiful wife. She is stunning. She left Destiny.
Most red pill users will often let their beliefs about women slip through during casual conversations. For example, you might hear statements like, women don't really like men unless they're millionaires. This reflects the red pill belief that women are inherently hypergamous, meaning they're only attracted to those with higher social status or bigger paychecks. While it's true that women often seek out high-value men, just as men seek out the most attractive women, the red pill's portrayal of this dynamic often oversimplifies reality. Many women who have been with wealthy men might find themselves insufferable for the rest of their lives or have unrealistic expectations for future partners. Some modern women might leave men when times get tough, prioritizing a vacation lifestyle over loyalty and stability.
Did you know if you sleep with more than 5 guys, your chance of a happy marriage after 10 years goes from 80% to 25%?
Why?
Why?
Yeah,
Why? Because the more men you sleep with, you lose your ability to bond with each one.
Pair bonding.
Yeah, it's pair bonding. So if you sleep with one guy, you're going to compare the next guy to him. If you sleep with 10 guys, you compare all 10. If you sleep with 20, you compare all 20.
And guys hate being compared to other guys.
Not all men do bad things, true, but almost all women have experienced that. Red pillars cannot stand that truth. Most modern women get used up by the chads and tyrant and then blame all men for the actions of those few, and worse, like I said, whenever they complain about toxic men, they purposefully leave out the part that they picked these top-tier men because they're over 6 feet tall, or because they have a player vibe. They leave out the part that makes them accountable.
Most women don't care about the plight of good men. Let's just blame all men for the actions of some. Yet don't blame all women for the actions of some women. Some of them have been with horrible women. Last time I checked, they didn't have a hashtag. Blame all women.
He's always ranting about men's rights while bashing feminism. Sure, advocating for equal rights for all genders is one thing, but demanding more rights for one gender at the expense of the other, that's a different story. That's where the tension between men's rights and feminism comes into play.
If you want to pay for dinner at a date, you're still a feminist. If you want the person taking you out to pay for dinner on a date, you're still a feminist. That's the thing about feminism. We get to decide what we want.
Skipping past the repetitive parts, let's dive into how toxic content can seriously mess with your head. It doesn't matter what kind of toxic material you're consuming, whether it's about red pill ideologies or something else, it's bound to have a detrimental effect on your psyche.
I am not a safety net. I am not a backup choice. I am not a, if we break up, I'll let you know. No, that ain't happening. And I've been trying to do the whole nice guy shit for a while, and it's gotten me nowhere. Except for people thinking I'm weak, I guess. I guess I gotta revert back to the person I was in my 20s. You gotta be an asshole and constantly insult just to keep someone around. That's fucking pathetic.
Though the red pill promises to offer men peace of mind and boost their confidence, it often achieves the exact opposite. Instead of feeling more secure, many men end up becoming bitter, angry, and filled with resentment. This frustration doesn't stay internal, it frequently gets projected onto family members and others around them.
A friend of mine, Paul Joseph Watson, has a YouTube channel, and he spoke about this concept of hoflation, ho plus inflation, where when your grandparents, or rather your grandfather, was growing up, he had to do less work to find him a high-quality woman, a woman that wanted to stay in the home, a woman that dressed conservatively, a woman that wanted to raise the children, a woman who did not want to be out sleeping with tons of men or putting her naked body on the, of course, then non-existent internet, right? Wanting people to see her naked. Now he's saying men have to work harder to find those same women. So they call this concept hoflation. And you are seeing it in this environment as you speak to these women and they talk about how the money that they get is a justification for this lifestyle. And they speak down about men. They have this fundamental hatred of men, or rather a lack of understanding of what a quality man even is and where to find him.
Red pill advocates often promote tactics like dread game, which involves pretending to be on the verge of leaving a relationship to manipulate the woman into behaving a certain way. They also suggest that men should openly refuse to assist women when asked, arguing that this approach signals higher value. The idea is that by not responding immediately or giving in to requests, men can assert their worth and maintain control.
The real reason girls go for players is because of something called perceived demand. Basically, if a guy is treating a girl like an option, then her perception of him changes because she starts to think that this guy must be so in demand and that's why he's treating her this way. So she starts to make excuses for his behavior because there's nothing more satisfying than being the one woman who finally got this player to commit. But the reality is you can't change people, you can only change yourself. And when you know your worth, you won't have to. Tap the plus to follow for more, and good luck.
And why should
a man help a woman that's called chivalry? I thought these feminists want equality. Women aren't entitled to men's help, just like men are entitled to sleeping with them. Goes both ways.
Chivalry is dead, and women killed it. Feminism is here. Women are more educated than ever before. They're making their own money, but as a byproduct of them becoming more successful, they do have a little bit more of a masculine energy. You're not going to be successful in business by being passive and a pussy. You're going to need to be a little more masculine. And on top of that, women are having a bit more casual sex, which is fine. All power to you. But you just can't expect a man to be traditional, hold the door for you, treat you like a lady when you're no longer a traditional woman. It's bullshit. So guys adapted to this situation because, in reality, men haven't really changed. Women have.
Flag number 9. She goes out to the bars or the clubs frequently.
Yeah, if she's going out like girls' night every weekend, what is she doing? She's doing it because she wants to go and talk to other guys. Even if she's not cheating or doing anything, she's seeking that validation. That's just sketchy.
And we all know what that environment is like. All the eye contact, all this sexual tension everywhere. People who are there are normally single looking to meet other people. So if it's a girl in a relationship who's always going out, it's just questionable. What if a girl says like, I just want to go out and dance with my friends, stop being jealous?
Yeah, but you can go out and dance with your friends and bring your boyfriend along. The issue is when she wants to do it without you.
Exactly.
And why should a man help a woman that's called chivalry? I thought these feminists want equality. Women aren't entitled to men's help, just like men are entitled to sleeping with them. Goes both ways.
I was like racking my brain on how someone like this can even exist. And then I found out.
And then you found out that men are not bank accounts for women. Wow. I'm gonna get so much hate for this video, but I'm really past the point of giving a shit what people on the internet think. As much as you ladies don't want to go back to the 1930s, it really doesn't seem that way when it comes to the finances of dating or a relationship. But let me put this in perspective for you. Do you understand what little percentage of men on the planet actually have the ability to pay for everything for a woman? And if he does have the ability to do that, the percentage chance that you can get that guy and get him to commit to you are literally less than 1%. So yes, aim high. I want you to find this guy, but in reality, not all of you or not even most of you will. The bottom line is we all work nowadays, and there's a reason why we all work. So unless women are in the house full-time raising kids and making us food and doing that kind of shit, men do not have the ability to pay all your bills, and they're not going to, especially if you're not married.
Red pill proponents sometimes advise men to ask women to spend money on them or to accidentally forget their wallet at home, and even to brag about their refusal to pay for dates. This tactic is believed to test a woman's genuine interest and willingness to invest in the relationship.
According to a new study, many women are choosing free meals over relationships. The study in the journal.
And then you got the nerve to turn around and say there are no good men out here. You say there is nobody worth dating, but all you want to do is go get free food. You have no interest in a romantic relationship at all.
Though this could just be the sign of a cheapskate, it's also one of the more reliable signs you're dating a red pill. Toxic masculinity turns you into a cheapskate. You know, men aren't giving away free relationship benefits anymore because you feminists have ruined it.
Do you guys ever use guys for free food?
Oh my god.
Do you guys ever do that?
Oh my god. Don't even lie, too.
I feel like within our friend group or within like the girls, sometimes we just be like, yeah, girl, go get your free food. Like,
I'm happy you could admit it, though.
yeah, but then it's not like we're going in with the mindset of like, we want free food. Obviously, we want to go and see what type of person they are.
Yeah.
But we're saying if it goes like south or if you don't like them, at least you got free food.
At least you got the free
Yeah,
food.
that's our mindset. So like it'll motivate us to like go out on the date more because I feel like a lot of girls are hesitant to go out on first dates.
Statistically, traditional marriage tends to offer more advantages for men than for women. Married men often experience increased longevity, higher earnings, and a generally happier standard of living. In contrast, women often report greater happiness when single, especially in the context of modern, non-traditional marriages. When considering modern relationships, particularly with feminists or women who embody the 304 stereotype, the dynamic shifts. These women might enjoy more freedom and a plethora of dating options, but it often comes with a cost. The drawbacks include the emotional and financial toll of divorce, child support, and a perceived sense of living under constant scrutiny or obligation.
If somebody like Dr. Phil can sit on a global stage and say this about men's reality, I think we're in trouble.
Decides to go and fabricate some story. The system is designed to believe and protect her. You're not going to be innocent until proven guilty. You're going to be guilty until proven innocent.
To the fellow women watching, does that not absolutely terrify you for your brothers, your fathers, your sons? Is this not scary? And am I really that radical for speaking up about the prevalence of false allegations? In the summer, we saw the brick lady paint two innocent men as these monsters who stood by and watched her get beat. She benefited thousands of dollars and none of that was true. Now she's in jail. We have the Inquisitor who took his life live on TikTok due to false allegations levied against him. There's a balance between believing and supporting victims and believing and supporting the victims of false allegations. Thank you.
It's notable that many men are now steering clear of marriage, but what sets red pill perspectives apart from general skepticism is the intense animosity they harbor towards the institution. Red pill adherents don't just dislike or mistrust marriage, they view it as a dangerous trap, often referring to it with terms like divorce rape to highlight their perceived injustices. This extreme aversion stems from the belief that marriage is structured in such a way that it disproportionately benefits women at the expense of men, allowing women to potentially exploit the system to seize men's assets and resources. If you encounter someone who exhibits vehement hostility towards marriage, it's likely that their views align with red pill ideology.
How did Michael Strahan lose over half of his net worth? The answer is simple: a divorce. A New York judge ordered the Giants' defensive end to pay his now ex-wife $15.3 million, which, if you weren't keeping track, is over half of his net worth. He also has to pay over $200,000 in child support, as well as 90% of his kids' school tuition, which was part of the divorce settlement. The couple separated only a year after having twins due to infidelity, as well as alleged abuse in the relationship. Without a prenup in place, this NFL Hall of Famer lost millions. Just 1 year later, Strahan proposed to Nicole Murphy, but ultimately ended up calling off the wedding, all because due to the lack of an agreement on a prenup agreement.
Here's a reality check about the red pill that many people prefer to overlook. It's not aimed at men who are thriving in content. The red pill is often sought out by those who are struggling men who feel sad, insecure, and isolated. If they were genuinely satisfied with their lives, they likely wouldn't be searching for such advice. To counteract the spread of red pill ideology, it's crucial to focus on helping men lead fulfilling and happy lives, rather than resorting to bitterness or hostility. What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads. See you next time.